Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve simultaneous maze solving problem. Here we need to find a single solving sequence for a set of mazes. That is, instead of finding different solutions for different mazes in a set, we find only one solution that works for all the mazes. This minimization is called simultaneously maze solving problem. Let's take a look at the algorithm. In DFS, it will start to first look at the next block to its right. If accessible, then it moves right, or else it will look at the bottom cell. If the bottom cell is accessible, then it moves down, or else it moves back, as both right and down are blocked cells. Now let's see at the implementation. Here we have taken 5 mazes as our training data set. The DFS algorithm will return us the path or the solving sequence for all these 5 mazes. For example, for the first maze, it will return right, down, right, down, right. And for the second maze, it will return right, down, right, right, down. Similarly, it will go on for all the mazes in the training set. Now we need to find one universal solution that works for all the mazes in the set. Here we use the method of trimming and concatenating. That is, we compare the strings. We compare the solving sequence of the first maze with the solving sequence of the second maze. Let's take a look at the mazes once again. Here the first maze is right, down, right, down, right. It will add it to the universal solution. Then we go to the second maze. The second maze is right, down, right, right, down. If you notice, the last 3 characters of the first solving sequence and the first 3 characters of the second maze are the same. So we won't repeat that. So we just add the remaining part in our universal solution, and going on with this same method for the rest of the mazes, we form our universal solution as right, down, right, down, right, right, down, right, 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 down, down, right, right. So this is our universal solution. Now we need to test our universal solution on some new mazes. So we took these 5 mazes in our test dataset to test if our universal solution works. And if you will notice, we have out of 5 mazes we have solutions for 4 mazes, that is for maze 6, 7, 8 and 10. We don't have the solution for maze 9 in our universal solution. The solving sequence for the maze 9 does not exist in the universal solution. You will also notice that for maze 6 there are 2 paths. One is shown with red and the other with green. But as we are using the DFS algorithm, it will always look for the right block first, and then it will go to the bottom cell if and only if the right cell is blocked. So the DFS algorithm will always return just one path even if the maze has more than one possible paths. Now let's have a quick look at the implementation of this problem. So this is our implementation in Python. Here the first function is process file, in which we take the input, we read each and every line and split it. The second function here is possible path. Here, using the DFS algorithm, we find the path for the maze, which gives us one solving sequence for each maze. The third function that we have used is process string. In this function, we do the processing on the individual solving sequence that we get after each maze. We trim and concatenate and form one universal solution. And the last function here is check with universal solution. In this, We check a universal solution which we created from the training set on the test data set. We check whether the solving sequence for each of the maze in the test data set is already present in the universal solution or not. So now let's run this code. So here we have the individual solving sequences for the 5 training maze. Then we make a universal solution by trimming and concatenating and adding the substrings, and we test this universal solution in our testing data where we get 4 mazes in a universal solution, but we do not get one maze. This is how we solve the simultaneous maze solving problem using DFS.